This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.
Hello all, and hope you all have performed your exams well. And with regard to polity, the number of questions, same like last year, a good number of questions have come, which we all predicted. Maybe the questions may go a little less, but again, good number of questions have come. Anyway, it's good. And the difficulty level, if you ask me, certain questions are a little twisted. Concentration, focus on the question. We would have easily ticked it right. Nothing. Even it was, some questions were far easier than last time. Some were twisted than last time. But relatively the same level, 17 questions we can call. We can safely say 17 questions, polity questions have come. One or two here and there, but where we put that one. So this is with regard to the polity questions actually. Let us get into the discussion of the questions. Let us not waste time on it. And here if you see, find. So paper analysis. So polity questions separately I have put. C series means we have seen a lot of polity questions coming in the front itself in the C series. And rest other, it is little, this one, it has come at a later, this one also. A series means towards the end it has come. C series in start itself it has come. Anyway, we have put the polity questions, close to 16, 17 questions I have put. Let us discuss them. So consider the following statement in respect of Bharat Ratna and Padma awards. Okay, Bharat Ratna and Padma awards. Consider the following statements here. So first statement, Bharat Ratna and Padma awards are titles under Article 18, Clause 1 of the Constitution of India. See, now before that, one important thing with regard to this is this one. This which we have to find out. We have to find out which of this is not correct. That is where the whole thing is, that such a question, such a easy question, but if we not have seen that, then it would have been not correct. We have to see. Bharat Ratna and Padma awards are titles and under the Article 18 Clause 1 of the Constitution. Actually, Balaji Raghavan versus Union of India case clearly has stated Padma awards, Bharat Ratna and all these things are not titles. So titles as such is against right to equality. So this is not correct. So for our sake, it is the right one. Padma awards which are instituted in the year 1954 are suspended only once. Actually, it was suspended twice. Okay, this is also a wrong statement. So wrong statement, for us it is right. Wrong for us, not correct. The number of Bharat Ratna awards is restricted to a maximum of 5 in a particular year. Actually, it is 3. And in some years, even 4 has been given. But restriction as such, if you see, it is 3 only. So wrong statement. For us, it is right. D is the answer for this. What was the exact constitution status of India on 26th November 1940? See, this is on 26th November 1940. What did the preamble say? As simple as that. So here, if you see, it is not Democratic Republic. It is certainly not this or this. It is Sovereign Democratic Republic. So 3 were there. Sovereign Democratic Republic. 42nd Amendment Act 1976 included the word socialist and secular. So B here is the answer for this. What is the position of right to property in India? Listen very carefully with regard to this. See, in this right to property in India, Article 300A. Okay, so the 44th Amendment Act 1978 took it out from Fundamental Right 31 and placed it under 300A. Wonderful. So what is it first of all? For this question, read all the 4. Legal right available to citizen only. Certainly it is not. It is a legal right available to any person as such. Okay. It is a right available. Let me put it more clearly. Right available to any person. This is not there. And legal right available to any person. Yes, this can be there. This can be right. Fundamental rights available to citizen only, not there. Neither fundamental right nor legal right. See here, in this, I go with D. There will be always a debate here, whether it is B or D. B or D. There will be a debate. Why do I go with D? Neither fundamental right nor legal right. Why do I go? The reason is, few years back, just 3 years, 2-3 years back, right to vote, UPSC has asked a question. Right to vote comes under which of the right? In that they have said fundamental right, constitutional right, legal right, moral right. Right to vote comes under Article 326 of Indian Constitution. And right to vote, UPSC called it, listen very carefully, called it in its key, called it constitutional right. It did not call it legal right. Actually speaking, it could have been called legal right. In that same parlance, whichever right which are there in the Constitution apart from fundamental right, we term it constitutional right. The right that arises out of any statute, we call it legal right, like human rights. Okay, even human rights comes as part of, with court's interpretation, part of fundamental right, but it comes out of the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. So likewise, this I consider right to property a constitutional right, and so I give the answer D. It is either B or D, but I go with D because right to vote was stated as this constitutional right by UPSC, and we have written UPSC exam. Under the Indian, oh my God, sorry, Constitution. Under the Indian Constitution, the concentration of wealth violates which article of the Constitution? Which article of the, or which part of the, you put it this way, for our understanding, I am putting it clearly. Which part of the Constitution? Right to equality. Yes, right to equality has a, see, this is also again a confusing question. I will put it this way. Concentration of wealth is a, this violation of which part of the Constitution? Okay. Or what in the Constitution? Violates Constitution which way? Right to equality, 14 to 18. 14 to equality has a problem with this concentration of wealth. Yes, has a problem. Doesn't mean that absolutely has. DPSP, Article 39, Clause B. The confusion here may be B or D, but B is a straight answer. There is no debate here. It's 39 Clause B, DPSP. Every year one such question comes. Got it? So concept of welfare comes under Article 38 to establish a welfare state, DPSP says. But DPSP, particularly Article 39 Clause B, clearly states about the wealth of the nation shall be distributed in such a way that it subserves common good. Now, we adopted parliamentary democracy based on the British model. But how does our model differ from that model? How does our model differ from that model? Okay, that is British model. As regard to the legislation, the British Parliament is supreme or sovereign. So correct answer we have to find out. But in India, the power of the Parliament to legislate is limited. Yes, we have limited government. Parliamentary sovereignty is not there. It is constitutional sovereignty we have. That is a difference what we have from Britain. In India, matters related to the constitutionality of the amendment of the Act of the Parliament are referred to the Constitution bench by the Supreme Court. See, this statement also here, there is an issue. Yes, can be debated in this also. Because how? Normally speaking, yes, the statement is a straight statement. Straight, correct answer statement. Yes, I consider it correct also. Because the extreme words of only, these kind of things have not been used. Certainly, matters related to constitutionality of the amendment of the Act of the Parliament can also be heard in the High Court. Supreme Court can also refer it to a Constitution bench or refer to the Constitution bench by the Supreme Court. Yes, of course, it is referred. Nothing wrong. It is not referred and all we cannot say. So I consider both to be correct here. Both to be correct here. If there is a debate, one is absolute right two can be debated. I consider both to be right because the statement seems, as a normal statement, seems to be right too. Not seems to be, it is right actually. There is no determinism in it. Which of the following factors constitutes the best safeguard of liberty in a liberal democracy? Listen carefully. Is it committed judiciary? Here the word also, you see what they have put, not independent judiciary. They have put the word committed judiciary. Listen carefully, committed judiciary. Why should they put? Because they want, in my opinion, UPSC has wanted to reduce the confusion here is what I think. So the debate may be between these two. Okay. And it is separation of powers, which is a straight one. So separation of powers, independent judiciary. If independent judiciary would have been given, yes, best safeguard of liberty in a limited liberal democracy. Elected government, fair and free election, this, except this, all the three are correct answers only, except this. But more appropriate, I will say separation of powers here. D to be the answer here. Here, C to be the answer here. Which of the following best defines the term state? See, let us put it plainly. State has got numerous definitions. They themselves are best defines. State, characteristic wise, like numerous definitions. Cut to the chase. Which characteristic is there in all the definitions or most of the definitions or prominent definitions? One, state should have people. Those people who have a government or a king. Sovereignty, territory. These four are the very essentials. Where do we find all this four here? A community of persons permanently occupying a definite territory. So community of person, people there, territory there, independent of external control, sovereignty coming in, possessing organized government. All the four are available here. All the four characteristics are available here. Okay, in this. Politically organized, even B is more closer, but politically organized people of a definite territory and possessing an authority to govern them, maintain law and order, protect their natural right, and safeguard their means of sustenance. All the four you don't see getting it covered here. All the four you don't see getting it covered here. So in this, A is the answer. Other two actually I need not even go into it actually. A is the answer here. So with reference to union government, consider the following statements. With reference to union government, consider the following statements. Here, this is again a very dicey question. Correct answer we have to find. N. Gopal Swami Iyengar committee suggested that a minister and secretary be designated solely for pursuing the subject of administrative reform and promoting it. See, Gopal Swami Iyengar committee to look into the working of the central government or restructuring the machinery of the central government was, yes, came into effect, was instituted in 1949 and 1950. Its report is also there. But nowhere in the report outrightly we are able to find out that he said that a minister and a secretary just to pursuing the subject of administrative reform and promoting it. He did speak about ministries, 4 major bureaus. He wanted to set up ministries and secretary. For every department there shall be a secretary, that he says. For every department a secretary be there, and the secretary shall have good control of the department. Likewise he is saying, and minister secretary level relationship he speaks, but there is nowhere that he says this, or to the best of the knowledge that what we were able to find, we are not able to find that. So I consider this statement to be wrong, actually, not correct. And keep it dicey, but I consider it wrong because this is what has been found out from what we have read with the report. And little lengthy one, not a very big one, but quite a lengthy one. And it's a very pertinent report, no doubt about it. Actually, this report, lot of this report find its presence in Paul Appleby's 1954 report also. He even took a lot from this. 1970, the Department of Personnel constituted Yes, in 1970, the recommendation by the first Administrative Reforms Commission placed under Prime Ministers in charge. Yes, absolutely right. So here I give B. It can be both 1 and 2 or B. I still stand with B, and that is the answer from our viewpoint and from the facts that what we were able to get it. Right to privacy is protected under which article of the Constitution of India? Aadhaar case, Justice Puttaswamy case, all this, that is Aadhaar case actually. So directly Article 21. Article 21, but 19 is also involved, but 21 is directly. Correct, we have to find out. In India, there is no law restricting the candidates from contesting in one Lok Sabha. This is a very, this question can be achieved through this, what to say, this voice deletion. If we know 2, if we do not know the second one is a GK one, but 1 and 3, if we know, then we could have easily done. So there is no law restricting the candidate. There is law. Representative of People's Act clearly says that not more than 2. Till 1996, there was no limit. Any number you can have, any number of constituency you can contest. But now it is very clear. It is only 2. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Let us see the third one. As per the existing rules, if a candidate contests in one Lok Sabha election from many constituencies, her party should bear the cost of by-election to the constituencies vacated by him or her. Nothing like that is there actually. These are all things that are recommended. Nothing has happened on these lines. Wrong. So here, if you see, 1 should not be there, 3 should not be there. 1 should not be there, 3 should not be there. B is the answer. By eliminating, we arrive at the answer. Whether you know 2 or not, it's not a problem. With reference to India, consider the following statements. We have to find out correct one. Judicial custody means an accused is in the custody of the concerned magistrate, and such accused is locked up in police station, not jail. If anyone would have followed the Aryan Khan case, though that is not taken, this question not taken from that. Regularly we can see in newspapers and hear in news, but that recent case, the drug bust case also, if we are following, we could have arrived at the answer. Judicial custody. And when we say judicial custody, actually he will be put in jail, actually not in police station. So 1 is wrong here. During judicial custody, the police officer in charge of the case is not allowed to interrogate the subject without the approval of the court. Yes, magistrate approval is needed in order that they investigate him. 2 is right. B is the answer here. With reference to India, consider the following statements. Correct. We have to find out. When a prisoner makes out a sufficient case, parole cannot be denied to such prisoner because it becomes a matter of his or right. Parole is not a matter of right. It is a prerogative of the jail authorities along with the state home department, and it moves that way actually depending upon the case and other things. Lot many institutions are involved here. So it is not a right of any one person. So cannot be denied is wrong actually. It can be denied. State government have their own prisoners release on parole rules. Absolutely right here. So second one, this is a tricky one. Yes, state government's parole rules differ from state to state. Newspaper reading will could have helped you a lot here. Correct means B is the answer here. A legislation which confers on the executive or administrative authority unguided and uncontrolled discretionary power in the matter of application of law violates which one of the following articles of the Constitution? See, 4 lines they have given. By reading it, it may appear very tough or what they are confusing. Nothing confusing actually. Where an executive is given highest power actually by a law made by Parliament. If such a thing is done, what will you do? If when we want to oppose it, that is legally, what is the thing? Using 32 only we have to go. Using 32 only we have to go for it actually. Mandamus certiorari available for it. Even if it is confers on executive and executive has acted on it. Habeas corpus also come in, but again, more appropriately speaking, mandamus and certiorari comes in here. So it's Article 32. there. Which one of the following in Indian polity is an essential feature that indicates that it is federal in character? Federal in character. Independence of judiciary is safeguarded. Absolutely right. Union legislature has elected representatives from constituent units. Nothing relate to that. Union cabinet can have elected representatives regional from regional parties. No, nothing like that. Fundamental rights are enforceable. A is the answer here. For the sake of reading, I read actually A is the answer. With reference to Indian judiciary, consider the following statements. Correctly have to say. Any retired judge of the Supreme Court of India can be called back to sit and act as Supreme Court judge by the Chief Justice of India with the prior permission of the President of India. Long time expected questions. My students would have listened if in class, that is ad hoc judge, retired judge. Same retired judge, additional judge and is there in High Court. Supreme Court ad hoc judge, then it comes to this retired judge. Same. This one, it is absolutely right one. Ad hoc judge appointment different. This is retired judge, Chief Justice with prior consent of the President. Yes, done. High Court in India has the power to review its own judgment as the Supreme Court does. The very recent, this is from current affairs also. This is core polity, core constitution, as well as this is current affairs also. I think if not in May, the Kerala High Court has also clearly stated, reiterated that High Courts have review jurisdiction using its power under Article 226 and as well as 215, that is being a court of record. Being a court of record, it can use its power of review through 226, its own judgment. It has clearly stated that being a court of record again, it automatically comes in that it can review. So here, both are right actually. So C is the answer here. Constitutional government means, so constitutionalism, constitutional government. In past 1 decade, I'm saying 2014 or something, a related question was there. Now again, a question has been, I'm saying related question, this has been asked again. So here, this speaks about constitutionalism. What is constitutionalism? That is what? A constitutional government. A representative government of a nation with federal structure. No, not like that. A constitution is there and a unitary structure is there also. Yes, constitutional government can exist. Government whose head enjoys nominal power, nothing closer to it. Government whose head enjoys real power, nothing closer to it. Government limited by the terms of the constitution. What it means, constitutional government? It is the government based on the constitution and not on its whims and fancy. B is the answer. That is constitutionalism. That is constitutionalism. This is B. So, core polity related questions as such we have seen with this actually. And if you ask me about the paper, I can very clearly say this paper is not a tough one, and other parts also, it seems that it's not very tough. So this paper is not a tough one. I will not say a cakewalk also. Those who have seriously prepared and had focus while attending the paper, certainly you can expect the results actually. And after a day or two, we can speak about cutoffs and other things. As of now, I can say this is not a tough paper. Better than last year, far better than last year. Even polity questions were better than last year. Last year itself was easy. This year it was very easy. So this is the trend. But one thing I am making it very, very clear. You see, look into the questions. Studying only Lakshmikant will not help you. That I am making it very, very clear. Those easy questions will be there in every book. Every book, a GK book you get, it will be there. Only Lakshmikant. Lakshmikant you can study, nothing wrong. But only Lakshmikant settling down will not help. Even in prelims, it is not going to help. Current affairs, current happenings. See the question on parole, judicial custody. What day in and day out we hear in news. That is what it is. So these are things what we have to see. This is what UPSC, this paper teaches us. So make sure that is done. Okay. Thank you and meet you soon and all the best, and hope that we all meet in a discussion on main section. Okay. All the best. Thank you.
This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.